Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to those of you that are joining me on the replay. It is 3 minutes prior to the hour, so give me a few minutes to hang out with each other while we're waiting for others to join us, okay? All right, I see one viewer has logged on. That's reassuring. That means my technology on Facebook is working today. Go ahead and say hi in the comments if you would as you log on. Good morning, Michael. All right, I'm seeing others log on. Say hi if you would. Begin to breathe deep into your body. Hi, Arnell. Good morning, James. Hi, David. Hello, Sebastian. All right, we got about 1 more minute while we're waiting for the top of the hour. Make sure you're breathing full and slow and deep into your body. Be very intentional with your breath for a minute. Hello, Valana. And go ahead and check in with yourself. Pick 2 words that would describe what you're experiencing right this moment. Pop them in the comments. And by the time you're done doing that, it'll be the top of the hour and we'll jump right in. Hello, Amel. Okay. I'm not seeing any 2 words. There we go. I'm seeing some now. Okay, it's 7 o'clock straight up, so I'm going to take my eyes off of the comments. If you join us, please say hi in the comments if you would, and I will come back and see who else joined us. All right, let's take a quick minute to just ground ourselves before I share with you the thoughts that are coming through today. So if you're able, go ahead and make sure both feet are flat on the floor so you're grounded. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And I want you to breathe deep into your body. And as you exhale, I want you to just, without moving your body dramatically, just let your whole body soften. And as your body softens, I want you to imagine that emerald green ball of light in your chest cavity, the size of a golf ball. Imagine that little ball starts rotating in your chest cavity. And as it rotates, it lights up super bright. And that energy center, giving our mind that memory to activate it, literally gives you access to your accumulated eternal wisdom of your soul. That is a hugely profound declaration. In that little ball of energy, in the center of your chest cavity, resides your eternal, as the drop in the infinite ocean of the one source creator. That is you, your fractal. You carry with you in that energy center your eternal accumulated wisdom. And all of us, with that eternal accumulated wisdom, are contributing to the eternal wisdom of the entire collective in the form of humans on this planet right now. That's pretty profound. Most people have no idea they have access to it, but you do. Most people do not, but it's sitting right there. The energies are activating everybody, and they're activating everybody's dormant DNA to give us access to this accumulated eternal wisdom for this very unprecedented moment that we are all co-creating on this planet. Nobody's doing it to us. Trump isn't doing anything to us. It feels like it when we're in human mode. It feels like everything outside of us is creating our experience and our reality. When we are in divine soul mode, you got to toggle over and you got to be there, and all the intelligence of soul mode is right there in your chest cavity. When you're in soul mode, you're watching the movie that's playing out on the world stage from a completely different perspective. And you are you've got access to different resources. When you're in wounded human mode, operating in fear, you got limited choices. Limited through your fear and limited through the imprints of your wounded third dimensional persona mind. When you're in soul mode, you have absolute limitless possibilities on how to respond, how to react, how to perceive, how to make choices. We're going to continue to talk about soul mode versus human mode a lot as we make our way toward the end of the year on Magical Mondays. I want to read to you just a snippet of the November 2nd message from the elders. Each of you carries within you an unyielding strength and divine essence that is uniquely yours. It carries with it a divine confidence, competence, and courage. In times of uncertainty, remember that you are not just passive observers in the unfolding events. You are active participants creating your reality. You are creating your reality regardless of what's being played out on the world stage. That's profound. Our wounded third dimensional persona doesn't get it. Soul mode understands completely. So, in that same message, they encourage us focus on what you can control. Can't control what's being played out on the world stage. You're not in charge of all those other actors playing their role. But you can focus on what you can control. Your mindset, your reactions, and your choices. Trust in your inherent capabilities to adapt and respond effectively to whatever challenges arise by centering yourself in this understanding, and you will navigate each moment with grace and confidence. I had two interesting things unfold for me this weekend in my own little circle of influence. On Saturday, I went to go see a play with a friend of mine, a really profound, intense play that moved me dramatically and intensely. It really took me back to some of the healing of my trauma with my marriage and my children and everything that the dismantle of my marriage brought into all those lives. It was so impactful. I could barely speak, and we were going to stick around and meet the cast, and I couldn't stay, because if I spoke one word, I was going to turn into a blubbering idiot. And my friend was very compassionate. We got in the car, and as we were backing out of our parking spot in this very busy parking garage, I just bumped into this big truck and just barely kissed it. And I was going to come forward and move and pull over to check it out. And this guy comes running up to our window. You just hit that car. And he's getting all feisty, like he thinks I'm going to leave. And I wasn't. And I could understand how he perceived I was, because I could have pulled straight back, but I was moving away because there was a whole line of cars behind me. He didn't know what I was thinking. And he's pounding on the window. And at another time in my life, I would have rolled down the window and said, "What the hell's wrong with you, buddy?" Like a long time ago. And I just rolled down my window, like, "Yes, you have got something to say. You just hit that car." And without any emotion or charge, I just said, "Yes, I'm aware I'm parking up here and getting out of the way of the cars behind me." Just supernatural and easy response. And that's who I was in that moment. The next day, I'm driving to my art studio, and there are these two big ass trucks with big flags waving with Trump, just flying in the air. And this charge rose up in me. And my mind just filled with you and all kinds of expletives. And I wanted to look at him, and I wanted to, I could just feel this surge wanting to get engaged. And as I'm feeling this reaction, I instantly said, "Oh, dude," to myself, "you're in human mode. Flip the switch. Flip the switch." These men are simply in their wounds, believing they are making the best choice from their imprints, from their perspective, and their role in this dismantle is equally as important as mine and equally as valid, because it's the reaction within me is just evidence of this us versus them. We are all co-creating the dismantle of by people picking sides and feeling at a fever pitch insanity the mode that I moved into. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wicked. I wasn't failing spiritually. I was just in the energetic flow of the dismantle. I could have made the choice to stay in fear and looked at him and yelled all kinds of things and created whatever I would have created in that moment, or I could flip the switch, right? I flipped the switch. I'm sharing that with you today because, without getting into a whole lot of details, I've used the analogy in the past. The earth is like a snow globe at Christmas. And collectively, our snow globe is getting shook up again with another surge of charge to help us all make a decision. Where am I going to operate? Am I going to operate in wounded human third dimensional persona mode? Or am I going to operate in soul mode? Each are valid. I really want you to hear that. If at some point you default to human mode and you have that human experience, you're not less than. You're not failing in your spirituality. You're continuing to remind yourself of this orchestration that we're all creating intentionally to help us heal. This is all about healing. It is all about wholeness. It is all about all of us taking responsibility for the fever pitch insanity that we all have been programmed into, and moment by moment by moment by moment by moment, making conscious choices through the awareness of which mode I'm in and what choice I want to make. Both are valid, and both will teach you different things. When I had the experience in the parking lot, when I drove away, I just had this sense of how far I had come because I didn't even have to think about that. When I had the experience with the Trump flag, I had this awareness of how easily the crisscrossing of the frequencies that are available, which radio station, how intertwined they are. And if I'm not aware and I'm not conscious, I can easily be on one of the frequencies that I'm not even desiring to be on. This message for this month, each of you carries within you an unyielding strength and divine essence that is uniquely yours. And it carries with it a divine confidence, competence, and courage. So in times of uncertainty, remember that you are not just passive observers in the unfolding events, not only on the world stage, but in parking lots, in grocery stores, and Zoom meetings. You are an active participant in creating your reality. So focus on what you can control: your mindset, your reactions, and your choices. Trust in your inherent capabilities to adapt and respond effectively to whatever challenges arise by centering yourself in this understanding, and you will navigate each moment with grace and confidence. Center yourself in this understanding. You've got human mode, you've got soul mode. You are in control of toggling the dial whenever you want. And sometimes you are defaulted by no fault of your own. You just default to your wounded persona, presenting the opportunity to become aware and move the toggle. It's that simple and that profound and that powerful. So I want to challenge you today. Really pay attention to the nuances of people, places, and things that are coming into your very close circle of influence. And see if you can keep your Indiana Jones hat on today, staying in a high level of curiosity, paying attention to where your toggle is. That's the game we're going to play today. That's the challenge I'm offering you, should you choose to accept it. How aware are you? How aware can you become of where your toggle is, and how capable you are to make a choice to move from one to the other whenever you want? Let's play that game and see what happens. All right, I love you tons. Enjoy the rest of this glorious, gifted Monday, and I'll see you soon. Until then, be well. Bye now.